Yo, it's Tog from We Make Best, and we're back with another guide to every hero in Classic Constructed, and today it's Lexi. Lexi is an Ice Ranger that looks to disrupt the opponent with Frostbites and punishing on-hit effects, while pushing consistent damage with a variety of arrows. Lexi also has access to a more aggressive Lightning build, relying on cards like Lightning Surge and other lightning attacks to produce wider combat chains. Lexi's standard equipment loadout is New Horizon, Fiendel Spring Tunic, Bullseye Braces, and Snapdragon Scalers. Lexi's weapon of choice is Voltaire. This bow allows her to load 2 arrows a turn and choose between go again or +1. This bow works perfectly with our headpiece and with our hero ability to let us produce insane value. Now onto the main deck. Lexi's strongest cards are Art of War, 3 of a Kind, and Rain Razors. When you see these cards in combination with each other, the Lexi should look to pop her equipment to make the widest combat chain to benefit off the buff effects from these cards. 3 of a Kind can allow you to play off a 2-card hand if you have a blue pitch, or can sometimes even let you just straight up play 5 spells in 1 turn if you already have your arsenal set up. As for the arrows, Lexi's main arrows are Chilling Ice Vein, Blizzard Bolt, and Bolt and Shot. Chilling Ice Vein is arguably the best arrow in the deck, as the effusion effect gives all your attacks this turn a powerful on-hit effect. That being that the defending player has to either pay 2 resources or discard a card on hit. To put this into perspective, it's kind of like giving all your attacks a pummel on hit for this turn. Next is Blizzard Bolt. Instead gives all your attacks this turn the on hit to give your opponent a Frostbite. Combine this with another attack or 2 and now the opponent has too many Frostbites to even play out their turn. And then there's Bolt and Shot. This is one of the main go again arrows that can both carry the on hits of the previous set cards while also having a very powerful on hit of its own. If Bolt and Shot hits, then we're allowed to reload, letting us place a card into our arsenal face down. This works perfectly with our hero ability, or to let us just load another arrow and continue this combat chain. Along with these powerful arrows, Lexis also tend to play other powerful attacks in the form of drill shots, endless arrows, pathing helix, frost locks, and even fatigue shots. This wide array of on-hits allows Lexi players to have the best possible disruption into any matchup. Speaking of disruption, Lexi's disruption comes in the form of ice-oriented cards like Frostlock, Channel Lake Frigid, Arctic Incarceration, Icequake, and Winter's Bite. Ending your turn by arsenaling an ice non-attack action sets you up to reveal it next turn, creating a Frostbite, and then you can still load arrows into your other arsenal slot because of New Horizon. If the opponent blocks your turn, you have no need to play your ice card, so you can keep it face up and still arsenal another card, again because of our headpiece, setting you up for a 6-card hand next turn. As for the variations of Lexi, due to Lexi's hero ability and the fusion mechanic, Lexis tend to run either the ice or the lightning versions of the deck, but not both at the same time. So the Ice Lexis tend to be more powerful in the aggro matchups, since these decks are much more weaker to our disruption, specifically being Channel Lake Frigid, Winter's Bite, and Arctic Incarcerations. These let us punish opponents who try to not block our attacks so they can race, but ultimately just get punished by the Ice Lexis that end their combat chain with one of these powerful effects. Then next is the Lightning Lexi. This version of the deck is centered around abusing our hero ability and cards like Lightning Surge in order to go extremely wide around the blocks of our opponent while abusing our anthem effects, that being Rain Razors and Art of War. As for the strengths and weaknesses, Ranger has access to multiple different on-hit effects to punish certain heroes, and this allows Lexi to be built to beat any target. Seek and Destroy can stop Icelander from gaining an arsenal, Drill Shot can add -1 defense counters to Rampart of the Ram's Head, and Remorseless can be potent against heroes like Fire and Briar who are looking to do multiple actions in a turn. The weakness of being a ranger is that you can only attack with arrows that come from your arsenal. Some turns you don't have a way to add an arrow to your arsenal after using Voltaire twice, and then your turn is automatically ended. Other situations is you could cast a 3 of a Kind or an Art of War, but just don't draw any arrows to load and fire at our opponent. Another weakness of Rangers is their equipment doesn't block very well or at all due to Blade Break. This can make it extremely hard for Lexis to block cards like Snatch, Coax of Commotion, Mounting Anger, and other cards as such that have punishing on-hit effects. But that's it for today's guide. Drop in the comments who you want to see next, and we'll see you guys next time. Later.